All right, all right, all right. Hey, Ragers, good morning. I have a very special guest. I don't even need to introduce her because you guys all know who she is, and about half of you came to my channel because of her. So this woman has spent a lot of years educating through her channel, through her YouTube channel, about the problems with vaccinations, the Western Medical Society. She has very recently moved into, not recently, but she moved from complete anti-vaxxing to all kinds of politics. She is a singer. She is well beloved in the truther and patriot community. You guys all know her as Truth or Talk, but I'd like to call her my girl Verstine. How are you?
Good. I have my band name up there because I'm trying to promote my music, but Viavi is the name of my band. So if you know Viavi, I forgot. I should have put my name. Like, anyway, I'm tripping, but
you're not tripping because, girl, I'm way ahead of you. Bam!
Oh,
I
no!
got you. I got you.
I gotta use StreamYard. I need to get into this.
Bam! I got you.
I'm still doing like the old, like. All right. Thank you.
You know, I was gonna come prepared. To have you on my show is an honor. You're one of the biggest in the truther community. Everybody knows who you are, and I'm so glad we became friends. For those of you who don't know, I actually did get to visit Verstine in Texas.
It was so much fun. We went tubing. We had a lot of fun.
We did have a lot of fun.
Good every day because Jenny can cook her ass off.
And I made Verstine quinoa sushi. Yes.
That was the best thing ever. Narcisa and I were still talking about that. We're like, oh my God, that was amazing. And she we're sitting, we were at a sushi bar. Like, she turned my table into a sushi bar. She's making because I shouldn't have rice. I have like grain allergies and stuff. So yeah. Right.
Well, Verstine, it's so good, and it's the day before the election. You just released your new single, Don't Believe It. And before I allow you to talk about it, I'm just going to go ahead and share screen because I really want the Ragers to see a couple minutes of the song. Is that okay with you?
You can play the whole thing if you want.
Oh no, I'm just gonna play. They have to click on the link and they have to watch it on your channel so that you can.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's
gotta see that they, we're.
I need the clicks. I need the shares. You're right. I'm being too gracious. Okay, it's about the lying ass media, by the way. Everybody knows.
See through your holes and put our faith in you like the devotee guru. Your lips are dripping with lies. Now we know how you betrayed the truth. You smothered and you covered in guy. Force you instigate, you fight and conquer hate. Your constitution cool, do as a saint not do. Cyber ventriloquy, black magic sorcery, incantations again and again and again. Realize, lies. Realize, lies. And you do it again. And you do it again. And you do it again. Not again. And you do it again. And do it again. And again. So don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it.
Okay. Don't believe it.
I had a little point. We were playing it because we had to film. So my lips, we needed Narcisa wanted more natural light, and we were filming my lips outside on my balcony because my apartment looks like. And there's this little boy that came by and he heard the song and he started dancing. It was so cute. It was so cute. Yeah. Anyway. Thank
Well,
you. Thank you for that.
Okay, so I love the song. I love the graphics. And I have to say, we can tell you're an 80s baby.
Yeah.
And the way we know is because that shit, I don't mean shit. That video was straight up like Peter Gabriel, Max Headroom. Like you had so much in there. You had so much in there. It was so 80s. I loved it. I loved, the news integration, the multi screens, the multi cell phones, the little animations. I mean, you basically called everyone out. What was your inspiration behind the graphics for the video, or did someone else do that?
Narciso, also one of my best friends, who's also just amazing artist and director, he did it. But I told him I wanted something like a little bit like, remember that video? It was first I said, I said like Monty Python.
Yes.
And, like the Monty Python, how he would do that. And then Narciso was like, I got something better than that. How about, remember Michael Jackson's video, Leave Me Alone?
Yes.
Like that kind of texture,
It was very much like that. That's what I was thinking. Monty Python. Definitely.
Monty Python, like Michael Jackson's, don't, just stop dogging me around. Right? Leave me alone. That one. So
yeah.
Like visually, that was kind of the texture that we were looking for. I love like bad collage is bad, but really good collage is really good. And I love really good collage. A little bit off topic, who does really good collage work, which is really surprising, is Abby Martin. She's just an artist, but I've seen her collage work. I was actually really impressed. I like paper cutout stuff for some reason. I love paper cutouts. Like I've just seen, you just do amazing stuff with it, and you don't really have to, I don't know. That was just my inspiration, and just the media. The song was just the media and how. I mean, I'm saying it's about the media. If you didn't see the video, you can just maybe, and you heard the song, you would probably think it's about somebody that lies, right, and that manipulates. So. I didn't want to be in the lyrics and I didn't want to be too forward, but my inspiration was basically the media, and they're ripping families apart. Their lies are destroying relationships. They're just destroying this country. They're doing it on purpose. They're brainwashing people. I have people in my family that, think I'm a loser, that think, really horrible stuff about me because they're believing the lies that the media are telling them. I sent this video to my uncle, and he told me that I need to make an earnest effort to be on the right side of history, and that I was spreading propaganda. I know my brother saw it, but he hasn't replied to me. But my brother is very leftist, and I know he's probably horrified right now. But it's because of the media, and it's really interesting because you would think that people that have known you and your character and your demeanor for years would would actually believe you over the media, but it's not working like that in a lot of cases, which is kind of fascinating. I'm the type of person, if I heard something on TV, but then if say I was on the other side and I knew somebody was, so I would say I'm a leftist and I heard all these horrible things about Trump supporters, but then somebody that I love and respect was a Trump supporter, then it would automatically force me to open up and be like, oh, okay, well, I love and respect you. Tell me your perspective, why maybe I'm wrong, but it's gone completely the other way. Oh, the media, the TV told me that these people are horrible, racist people. So even though my sister, my niece that I've known, for years and years, for decades, is a good person, she's automatically now a bad person because, the media the TV told me so.
We have a massive, massive problem with ego in this country, to where I think, like you said, like if you know me, if you know my heart, if we've been working together for all these years, if you've been following what I used to do, which was my beer podcast channel, I've always been honest. I've always been kind. I've always been thoughtful. So if you see me choosing this side, rather than hate me for it, like just ask me why, and I'll give you 20 reasons, or I'll give you one reason, or I'll give you you know, I'll just, agree to disagree. And that's that's okay, but not in this present climate. Donald Trump has brought something out in people that we never see before. And that's why I love the lyric, realize,
Yeah.
realize what's going on here. And the divide between good and evil at this point is not even about Republican, Democrat. It's not even, the longer I see what's going on, I realize it's not even about Trump.
Yeah.
We just got some real fucking criminals. We got some real people who are resistant to change, resistant to the truth, resistant to seeing the light. Yeah. And now the demons are just, they're just throwing tantrums left and right. And that's what we're seeing in this country. And I love that lyric, and I feel like that's for us 1111s out here.
Oh, yeah.
Truth talks about that, and those of us who have been called. And it's funny because we've all been called from all these different backgrounds out of the darkness, And I'm not saying we've always all lived in the darkness, but most of us who've been on the liberal side, we know what the darkness is,
Yeah.
We know what that loneliness, that anger, that victimhood, that inability to accept responsibility, we know how it eats at our soul and the anger that it creates.
Yeah.
And that's why, we have everyone in the streets throwing all these fucking tantrums. You know what I mean? So realize. Why don't you expand on that hook right there?
Okay. Well, if you're honest and you are a truth seeker, you're going to see through the bullshit, basically, And I think the problem that we have too, I talk about this a lot on my channel, is appeal to authority complex, where people are told how to think, or people think how they do because somebody in a position of authority tells them how to think. And they designate themselves as gods, like whether it's because they have degrees or whether they're celebrities or whether they're, and whether they're like actors or actresses or whether they're directors or musicians or, what do you call this, performers, or whether they're news anchors. Right? We idolize these people as if not only like maybe this is a person that has a specific expertise in the area of knowledge that they know, but as they're just better people, period. They're bigger than us. They're better than us. And if they say whatever they say goes, and even to the point where I'm going to negate my family, my friends, people I love, my logic, because, I have this appeal to authority complex that tells me what to think. I think a lot of it is laziness too, because I was talking to somebody else the other day too. We were talking about, who was I talking to? I forgot, but we were talking about, this is off the air because I've been doing a live show, but we're talking about how we have kind of like this, my friend David, we were talking about how we both have this like kind of thing in us where we see one side, we're going to go see what the other side is saying. So if I see like, I don't know, Fox News play a CNN clip of something, I'm going to go to CNN and I'm going to watch the whole thing instead of just relying on what Fox says. Because I don't trust Fox either, but CNN has definitely proven themselves to be way more untrustworthy than Fox. And then in addition to that, experiences. So remember when we were out, Jenny, and we were going to go tubing, and we stumbled upon that Trump rally. People remember that?
No, I wasn't with you. Remember, that you were with somebody else. We were supposed to go tubing, but then we went to the pool. Remember?
Oh shit! Oh, that's right. That's a Nonge. So, you met a Nonge.
We all look the
same. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I could go tubing. Anyway, we were okay. So it was, my friends, Jessica, Narciso, Nonge. We were all going to go tubing, and we stumbled upon this Trump rally. And anyway, the people were like, "Oh my God, come hang with us. We love you." And the media is like, telling us that these people are horrible. They want to like lynch us and eat us, and you know what I mean, like the terrible things. And I've been
damn niggers.
yeah,
Damn niggers doing out here, y'all niggers.
Jessica is white, and Narciso and Nongi and I, we're all black. We're like we're obviously black people, and they were so kind and so loving and so accepting. And this is my experience. I've been to a couple. They had a Trump parade in Austin, and there was another Trump event that I went to. And I was just still kind of even undecided at that point. I just want to see for myself, are these people really crazy? Are they really, and it's never been the case. And even the footage that I see, it's not the case. And the people that I speak to, and you've gone to play, like, it's not the case.
It never is. It never is. So listen, Verstine, I want to talk about the future, and I'm just going to talk a little bit real quick about what my next projects are, because hey Marcos, thank you. What my next projects are, and how what that might tie into what your next projects are, and then I want you to talk about the crowdfunder and everything. But real quick, so we both see this. We both see that we've got a good couple of decades of work ahead of us. And I heard you talk about this today in your live stream this morning, talking about, how no, it wasn't in your live stream. It was at the end of the video, Don't Believe It video, where you talk about how for so long artists have been constrained by this Hollywood idea of how they need to break into the industry and the things that they have to do, the sacrifices, the compromises, and just in terms of also like creating art that is so soul deadening, Yeah. It's like, even, I think about all the entertainment that I've always enjoyed. It's always been, serial killers and true crime and mysteries and rape.
I love that shit. We didn't like American Psycho. You know what I mean? That was
that's what I love.
Like Fight Club and American Psycho and
like Tarantino movies,
like Bloodbath. But I was like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah. I love that stuff, right? So I realize, I gotta stop filling myself up with that type of stuff. Like the last really, really, truly like violent stuff that I used to watch was Game of Thrones. And after Game of Thrones, after 8 seasons of Game of Thrones, I was just like, you know what? I think I've seen enough violence on TV for a lifetime at this point. I've seen enough, rape scenes on a TV for a lifetime, and I'm good now because it's like the best. It's like the best show ever made. It really was. Besides Breaking Bad and maybe the first couple of seasons of Walking Dead, but. Ozarks is really good too, and that's a little.
I have never seen any of those movies. The TV shows, and you know why though? Just because I was afraid I'd get hooked, and I just was doing a lot of stuff. Like I'll get it consumed and just not want to do anything else. I saw a couple episodes of Breaking Bad. I think I want to go back and see Breaking Bad though, because I heard it has one of the most amazing character arcs of like all time. So from a creative and a writer perspective, I definitely want to see. And I like Game of Thrones. I like Lord of the Rings. I like all that stuff. I do.
Well, here's the point that I'm trying to make. And this is something that I remember in youth group, probably when I was 14 or 15 years old in church, where they like back then when it was like you'd go to youth group and then you'd bring all your rap music, you'd bring all your CDs and we'd all throw them in the trash and commit our lives to God, for a couple of months or whatever it was.
Oh, hell no. I wouldn't bring my shit.
I did.
Yeah, I want to buy like fake CDs. Anyway.
I remember burning CDs too, but that was a different type of burning CDs. But the point that I'm trying to make is that what we fill ourselves with in terms of music and movies and entertainment, there really is a vibrational connection that we make to the entertainment and what we consume. And just like consuming, food, you can consume like really nutritious stuff like this disgusting green shake that I'm powering through right now. Or you can consume.
Mix it with ice cream like I do, like me eating ice cream right now. It's keto friendly.
I could, but you know what? It's not the greens that are nasty. It's this nasty ass powder. It was like this coconut almond protein.
I'm gonna give you some recommendations after.
Okay. So what we fill ourselves with becomes who we are, and it becomes our vibration. And there's a reason I can't watch a lot of horror movies anymore. I can't watch a lot of ghost movies anymore. I can't watch a lot of Netflix anymore because it seems like every freaking show is about pedophilia, kids getting raped, girls growing up with complete fucking personality disorders because they got molested as kids. Like too much. It's too much. And it's been watching Law and Order, SVU for way too long. And then now it's time to stop. So my goal and, my contribution after this election is to really start an entertainment network. I don't know how, I don't know where the money's going to come from. I don't know what I'm going to do to make it happen, but I'm going to make it happen. And one of the things that I want to do is have like not necessarily a conservative music channel, but be able to get, some conservatives, some truthers, or just enlightened people who are not producing the same garbage ass art as everyone else, and be able to have them, streaming on Roku on my channel, So let's talk about your future. And I think a lot of people, they know you as Verstine, the anti-vaxxer. They know you as Verstine, the patriot. Yeah. But they don't know you as much as Verstine, the lead singer. So take it away.
Oh shit. Hey, don't. Oh, okay. I'll anyway, yeah. God, I grew up in LA. I went to performing arts school. I pursued acting for a while. I majored in theater and music. So I pursued. I lived in Hollywood. I didn't really get far. I don't really think that. I think I honestly, as an actress, I sucked because I had to be more focused, but I was all over the place. I think really good actors are more focused and more, more disciplined, and I didn't really have that. So, but I've always been good at music, and I just, I feel like now I have the confidence to make and produce my own stuff, which I didn't have when I was younger. And I'm grateful now I have the experience and the knowledge to be able to produce the kind of art that I want. And I don't, as Jenny was saying, like a lot of the stuff was soul deadening. And I really, I moved out of the country for a couple of years because growing up in Los Angeles, even if you're not, you don't get far in Hollywood, you're still kind of like in this machine. I think Jenny kind of understands. You're like in this machine. You're still connected to the entertainment industry, whether you're in the entertainment industry or not.
Absolutely.
You go in LA, you see celebrities, you see people making movies. Movies employ huge amounts of people. So it's like they not only employ actors and actresses, but they employ people, crew people, which include lighting designers and art, and people have to draw storyboards. People, like, especially if something intricate like Game of Thrones, people have to draw those scenes out like paintings. They have cells. They have animators. They employ laundry cleaners to clean the costumes. They employ caterers. They employ people to clean up the set. They employ carpenters. I mean, just it really involves pretty much all kinds of builders and creators, every type of person. So it's like, even if you're not in the entertainment industry, there's somebody that knows somebody that is, you're a few degrees away from a famous person or something. Like my uncle used to be a courier. He would deliver to, as a courier, you can deliver all kinds of stuff, but he would also end up delivering, things to famous people, like whether it's like scripts or checks or, equipment or, what, God knows what else, so it's like, I feel like I needed to get out of this machine. And what really made me do it was, I remember I was really frustrated with my career. And if you don't really, like as an actor, when you're starting off and you want to start to get jobs, 3 things you really need as a commercial agent, a theatrical agent. Commercial is like for commercials. Theatrical is like for like movies and TV shows and stuff like that. And then you want like your SAG card, right? And a lot of people struggle years and years to get that. And I finally had those things. I was, starting to get like better auditions and stuff. And I was just frustrated. I wasn't happy. And I remember I had a couple friends that had nose jobs, and I was like, I need to get a nose job. And my best friend, thank God, was like, you're fucking crazy. If you get a nose job, I can't get home anymore because, you know, but that was just, and it was kind of weird to even hear myself say that because, you know, that wasn't really my mentality. And I had a couple people tell me that I should get a nose job, but it wasn't like a huge thing. And my friend was like, if your nose was fucked up, I would be like, yeah, go get a nose job. But it's not. So you're getting a nose job is crazy. Like, what's gotten into you? And it just kind of like slapped me out of my trance. And I'm just like, you know what? I feel like I'm dying inside. I feel like I'm being turned into a robot. I feel like, I don't know. And I'm watching my friends that are getting TV shows and stuff. And I had this one friend that was going out for Lost, and she was warning this other person for a role, but she had planned this trip with her girlfriend, but she had to like basically put her life on hold for this one thing that she didn't even end up getting in the end. And I was just like, you know what? I've always wanted to live in another country. I got to get out of here. I got to get out of Hollywood. Just dropped everything. Didn't give a fuck, moved to Taiwan for 2 years. And I was going to just move for once. And my actor friends were like, no, don't go. And I'm just like, well, you know what? I just got to do this. And if I come back and, the Hollywood industry will still be here. So it's not like a big deal. So ended up staying for 2 years, ended up not really caring about acting, ending up finding myself, ending up, that's when I started Truth or Talk overseas. We started our podcasts. And it was always in the plan to do music because I started to kind of like, I wasn't really writing music, but I was writing poetry and lyrics and, just writing. I was starting to be more authentically creative again. And I don't know. And I kind of got tied up with a lot of other stuff. I was teaching for a while still. And, and I think once kind of weird little detour, but once I started going down the rabbit hole of like all the pedophilia and the child abuse, I needed like music. It's so dark. It's so like just soul obliterating that I needed to like have something creative to pull me out of that. Because I don't know if any of you guys have gone down that rabbit hole, but it's so, Jenny, I feel like I'm using the same words, but you know how it is. It's very, I don't know, like it's not like unbelievable, but it's, you hear, I was listening to like the Kathy Bryan testimonies and the Arizona Wilder testimonies, some of these satanic abuse testimonies and stuff, and kind of putting puzzles together. I was just like, when you look at that stuff, you really need to like watch stand-up comedy or listen to music to something. Because if you're a character person, it really rips you up.
It does.
It rips you up. So then that's when I started getting into music and I started writing again. And anyway, so long story short, I'm here. I'm doing music now. And I thought I can kind of escape it. I was trying to do like the straight edge thing. And I'm like, I'll just be a teacher. I'll just do my podcast and I'll be a teacher. And I still wasn't fulfilled. And I'm so glad that, now that I think it was even better because now I have more substance to add to my music, And I think what you're looking for, Jenny, you don't necessarily want people that
it's for that dry cleaners.
I don't think that you're looking for necessarily some people that are conservative. You just want to be a part of an artist network that creates something that empowers people. Because also the more I learn about music and art, I realize how important it really is. And I realize how in school there's a deliberate attempt to not make music and art as important as math and science. And it's just as important, because they don't want people to be creative. Evil does not create. It imitates. It infiltrates. It's, what was the other word? It was evil does not create. It imitates, it infiltrates, and it manipulates. And a lot of people too, in Hollywood, a lot of people it's notorious that people's, original ideas get stolen all the time and manipulated. These people at the top, they manipulate these artists to create certain, imagery and certain things to brainwash people. And I would watch these videos a lot of times talking about the Illuminati and stuff. And I just was like, come on, man, like that's too much. Like you're taking it too far, But
I know. I didn't believe it either.
Like I'm 100%.
I didn't believe it either.
It's because but I'm like, wow, why do they have a checkered floor and a Baphomet in every music video. Why are the music awards, they're always doing some satanic ritual? Like when you understand, you start to follow and get into symbolism.
Yep.
Then you're like, wow, because there's symbolism they can use that's powerful and empowering.
Right.
They're all using the same disempowering symbolism. And I think another thing that really woke me up is when I started to be a teacher, when I was a teacher, and I would see how the children, especially when I was teaching in the inner cities, how they would embody like this really dark, deadening rap music as their being. And when I would listen to it, I'm like, I'm an adult. I'm like, hey, it has a good beat. You know what I mean? I'm like, I know the words, but I like the beat, you know, and I would repeat the words. You repeat the words because the beat is good. But what you're not realizing is you're internalizing that shit on a subconscious level. And when hip hop started to come out, you know, and it was really conscious, it was empowering people. And they had to put it into that shit. They're like, oh, hell no. We can't have people waking up. So they had to put us back to sleep. And that's when they infiltrated the hip hop and they started talking about, it became gangster rap. And they started talking about killing people and making drugs and bitches and hoes. And, you know, women, I mean, men and women are powerful, but there's this Native American proverb that says the country, I'm paraphrasing, but it goes something like this: the country is not destroyed until the hearts of the women are in the ground. So the women are the community. They raise the children, right? I mean, men can raise children, but, you know, traditionally men go out and hunt and they bring shit back. You know what I mean? And they're like the providers and the protectors, but women stay home with the kids and they make nurture and stuff. But if you debase the woman and they're raising the children, that's the key to destroying a society, I believe. Then it overflows to the men.
Well said. Well said. So in part of trying to repair everything that we just talked about, what is your vision? What are your goals? And tell us about the crowdfunder and why you're doing it.
Well, I am very inspired by people like Tom McDonald and Nova Rockefeller. If somebody can get my video to them and tell them that I'm inspired by them, I would really appreciate it. But I'm inspired by them because I see them wanting to put out conscious art too, very well-made art. I think, you know, he's a good poet, and I know that his girlfriend does a lot of producing. I know he doesn't do that shit by himself. That's not just himself, so I want to give her credit too. But I like the fact that they're their own business and their own company. So I'm looking at what I'm doing as a business. I think that, you know, the artist industry, it should be a free market, just like other things. And I think, you know, people are just so brainwashed to think that we need Hollywood in order to be an artist. We don't need these people to give us permission to be artists. And especially because of the internet, we can go directly to the fans or the consumers to make, to fund ourselves. And we don't have to be, you know, cajillion zillionaires like, you know, Madonna. And I don't necessarily even think it's that healthy to be that famous. But, you know, I think I can definitely make a living and provide other people with making a living, because it's like the money that I'm raising is not going to just go to me, but like I was talking about the entertainment industry and movies, it's a film project / album. So I'm going to make an album with 10 songs tops, and I'm going to attach it to 10 music videos. So they'll each be like a film going with the song. And I want that to be, you know, part of this renaissance that I'm trying to pave the way and join the artists who already are paving the way for independent artists to control their own stuff. And I think as an artist, you know, we need to learn business, because, you know, there are a lot of people that will take advantage of us because we don't know business. I see a lot of artists getting taken advantage of because they don't understand the business side. And it's annoying, because it's like you really just want to make art. But if you know business, then, you know, you have more control over your work. And the more control you have over your work, the less people can manipulate your work. And then the less people that can manipulate the work, the more empowering art you can bring to people. You know, good music raises us up, you know. And I'm not talking about it has to be cheesy. And I'm not even saying you can't talk about violent, horrible things, because that is part of life. I'm not talking about singing about sunshine and rainbows every day. I'm not saying not curse or, you know, but I'm saying like there is a way to talk about those things where you can empower people. And I just think this cult of death that Hollywood has, imposed upon society is damaging to our souls and our psyches. And it's basically, part of the whole, I think, plan now to keep us in a status quo, to keep us dead, and to keep us from, ascending. So I want to do that. I hope does it make sense? I think.
Absolutely. Sorry, stuff in my
face. You're eating. I'm sorry.
I'm eating. So
you know what?
Tell us more. What I loved about how you talked about your crowdfunding in the end of that video is you talked about breaking it down at the $5, the $10, the $25 level.
Oh yeah.
I don't expect you to have all of those numbers in front of you, but can you just recap for everyone?
But I do. So
never mind then. Go ahead, my dear.
All right. So it's a lot of money. And like I said, it's going to go pay a lot of people. All right. I can focus on writing, and I can also pay other people. I'm going to have to hire session musicians. And if you go to the crowdfunding page, I actually write all this out for you too. But, if you're broke AF, then you can give, $5, right? The donations start at 5, 20, 10, 50, 100, 300, 500, and 1,000. So we would need we would need 47,417 people to give us $5 to reach our goal. We would need 23,708 people to give us $10 to reach our goal. We would need 11,854 people to give us $20. And I think that's where I'm trying to get, or no thinking it, but that's where I'm trying to get most of the people, because with each donation too, you also get a perk. So at the $20 donation, you'll be able to get, what am I trying to say? The $20 donation, you'll be able to get the whole album. Digital copy though. But when it's done, you'll have the whole album for $20. So you're basically buying the album at $20. And then all of the perks you'll add on top. So if you get $20, you also get the perk for 10 and 5, right? So now 2,370 people to give us $100. 470 people to give us $500 if they give us $500, and 237 people to give us $1,000. So if you put things in perspective that way, it doesn't seem like it's such a hard to reach goal, So I know that you guys. Oh, thank you. Hey, Jenny, don't kill me, because I'm not on Instagram as Truth or Talk. I'm on just at Biavi. It should be at Biavi. BEA. Okay. Sorry, I didn't tell you before.
It's okay, but well, the thing is, people know your face; they know who you are. So when they see your face, they'll know it's you. So
it's not. Yeah, it's not. It's I don't listen to Jake because he's the male version of Taylor. Yeah, and it's sad because I'm not it's frustrating too, because a lot of these people are talented. They're just their talent is being manipulated.
Absolutely. So
this is what they do. The evil, like I'm saying, evil does not create and manipulate. So, and I think a lot of artists get frustrated when they go to Hollywood because they feel, which is true. It's not like they're making it up in their head, but the only way they can get success or notice is if they join these people. They're like, join us, and they sell their soul. I don't know if that involves the devil coming up and give me your soul, or if it involves just
it's much more subtle. It's much more subtle.
Yeah, it's much more. When I was a kid, I used to think that though. I used to be like, oh, did they do some kind of stuff? The devil comes up and it's like, give me your soul, you know what I mean? But it's probably just more against them, or doing something that's against their moral beliefs, for success. And in some cases, there is Satanism and stuff. So they probably, some of them probably are and doing satanic shit. I don't know. I can't implicate anybody. I'm not going to. But, and a lot of people, like for instance, one of my best friends is a dance agent. He owns his own agency. And a lot of his clients work for a lot of these people like Taylor Swift. So they're like the people in the background that you see dancing on stage for Taylor Swift or Madonna and stuff. A lot of those people are his clients. Now, his clients don't understand the symbology and stuff. They're just happy to get a job. They're just trying to pay their rent, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, at the lowest I've heard, or the highest I've heard, maybe higher, you know, those dancers are making like $35 to $400, maybe more a week on tour. They make a lot of money. They're just happy to get a job because before they got that job,
they weren't working for 3 years.
I don't know, a decade, however long, right?
Yeah.
So they're just happy to get that job. And they're just like, okay, I'll put this Illuminati eye on my face. I'll wear these, but they're not giving a shit. Like they're not. So
No,
I wouldn't say that they're consciously a part of it. But I'm sure people like Madonna knows what she's doing. I'm sure the designers know at the top know what they're doing. They're probably a part of it, you know, stuff like that. I had a friend that was when he was a kid. I think he put it on his show. He's Benny Wills of Joy Camp. If any of you guys know that guy, those guys they do like comedy and stuff. And now Benny is doing poetry. But he was he was in the Oscars when he was a kid, and he was singing with his kids choir. And he didn't know it at the time, but he's going back and looking at the video, and he's sitting on the stage, and the camera pulls back, and they're sitting inside of like a Illuminati eye, like the Illuminati, the eye. And he was like, holy shit. Like, I had no idea. But as a kid, he's like, oh, I'm going to be in the Oscars. Let me sing in the choir. So it's like they're having these like ceremonies.
Yeah.
Without most people, even the people that are participating in them don't know. They're not aware.
Hey, you know what? I noticed in your video, you talked about incantations. Yeah. And that's exactly what's going on. But real quick, I want to wrap it up. Give everyone your last socials and anything else they need to know about you and this project right now.
Okay, so if you please go watch the rest. Could you put the link in your chat or whatever?
Yeah, I'm going to put it in the chat again. You got it.
If you go to the YouTube and watch the full video, you go to the description section, and I think I pinned it on top of the comment section. You can see where to go to donate, and then I think I'm on Instagram. I'm on I just joined Gab last night. I'm gonna join Parlor within the next day or so. I'm not good at this is where I feel super old as shit. I'm like, I can't upload videos to Instagram. Just join me there. I'm going to have somebody help me with that today. But my page is set up, so you can join me there. Because I was talking to a friend last night. She's like, you need to go to your base. Like, you need to go on Parlor and Gab. And, people really, really support it. So
are you Bievi on Gab as well?
Oh, you know what? On Instagram, I'm Biavi Official.
Okay.
Biavi Official. So BiaviOfficial.com. On Instagram, I'm Biavi Official. Facebook, I think I'm Biavi Official. Or Biavi. You'll see. Because there's a few people in social media that have that name.
All the links are in the show notes for the Don't Believe It video.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the description section, you should be able to find. I haven't put the Gab up there yet. I'm going to change that within the next day or so and all the other stuff. I'm joining a few more like alternative social media sites the next day or so. Bang out, just one hit with 1 million views. I know, I just need 100 million views, right, Seth? So if you can donate, I know, finances are funny. And I think everybody's mind is like on the election right now. So I'm not going to even start pushing it super hard until Wednesday.
Me neither.
Yeah. I think that, after this election, we'll see. Oh God, we'll see. I'm just hoping. I just don't want to be waiting for days. I want to know like tomorrow. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, oh, we found some ballots here, we found some ballots there, blah, blah, blah.
I just hope the counting process is, I don't know what the counting process is, though. I mean, we've never had an election like this before. So that's the only thing I'm concerned about. Just make sure everybody's included. That's the only part about it that breaks my heart, is that if people really are throwing out ballots, that's not fair for either side.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, I don't know, I didn't really, after Obama and stuff, I haven't voted in 12 years. So this is going to be big for me. So my vote better flip and count. Like, I'm going to the polls. I'm going to get up early tomorrow and vote. But I've been watching, because I did the website and everything. So that took a lot of time. And as I was doing that, I was listening to the rallies. Man, that's just got me so pumped. He's so funny. Trump's so funny.
I haven't even had a chance to listen to any of his rallies. I've just been.
I'm watching stand-up. I'm watching stand-up. He's like, "Is Joe in the basement? Is he still down there?" Like, it's so funny. He just has me rolling, and he looks like he's having so much fun. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to go to a rally before he's, these next 4 years. I have to go to one.
Yeah.
Like, that's my bucket list now.
Well, I feel like I got plenty of MAGA in Florida, so I'm.
Oh yeah, you're done. Yeah, you did.
I was in Florida for about a month, and everything was MAGA everywhere you look. Yeah. So I'm actually cool right now. I've gotten my.
You got your MAGA fix already. He came to Texas, and I had to work. I couldn't go, and I could have drove to Houston but I couldn't take off work to go visit. And he never comes to the Austin area. So it's like, if I go to Dallas or Houston, it's about 3 hours each way. So it was a lot for me. So but anyway.
All right, my dear. Everyone.
Thank you so much.
You know her as Truth or Talk, but she is also Biavi Official on Facebook, Biavi Official on Instagram. She has a separate Biavi channel. The link for that, again, I'll put it one more time, is in the comments.
Let me just can I give you the social media links? That would be easier.
Please, yes.
Okay, that would be easier. Okay. Hold on. Do I put it in the?
Put it in the private chat, and let's see if I'll copy and paste it to the main chat. Okay. Boom. 1 second.
They're a little bit off, but.
All right, guys, here's the link.
And then I'm gonna get on Gab, and I heard. Are you on Gab?
I'm not on Gab. I'm on News Clapper. I got back on TikTok, LinkedIn, Parler, Discord, Telegram.
I'm gonna call it. For it to be on TikTok. Biavi. Somebody asked, what does Biavi mean? So when I was looking for a name, goddesses and Biawe, I think that's how you say it. She's a goddess. She's a Sami goddess, which I think it's like a tribe that lives like in the northern hemisphere. And she basically brings back the she cures mental illness, basically, right? And me just thinking about how society is all fucked up, I wanted to kind of have that, like, okay, I'm using my music to heal people and to inspire people. But then I was like, I don't really like the way it's spelled. I want to mess with the spelling a little bit. And then I messed with the spelling, and then I looked up the word Biavi, and it actually means to bless or to make happy in Latin. It's a conjugation. Yeah, but it's a conjugation. It's not the exact word, but it's a conjugation of the word bere, I think. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it means to bless or to make happy. So yeah, there you go.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
It's just I want to throw that up there for everyone to see.
And now it's funny, if you type it in, you'll also get like Beavis and Butthead, which I think it's funny. Which is fun. I think it's a good omen because Beavis and Butthead makes people laugh. So,
like,
so I'm like, okay,
like, shut up, Beavis.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I love you, girl. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm gonna keep pumping this episode and pumping it and resharing it and resharing it and resharing it. You are always in my heart, and I love that. You went from being like my hero to like my friend, and now we're collaborators.
Yes, I love it too. Can I just say this one more thing? I've been so blessed to meet the people that I've met doing this. And when people say that, oh, you're doing a bad thing or you're a terrible person, they don't even know the happiness, the connections I've made, the people, the knowledge I've obtained. Like doing this, having this YouTube channel, the YouTube community has been such a blessing in my life. Like I feel so rich beyond money. You know what I mean,
I
right?
feel that too, yeah.
Right? Like it's like, oh yeah, I need to make money, but I also feel like the friendships and the knowledge and the opportunities I've got has been so much more fulfilling than just making money, you know? So
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt.
Because I need money for real. But I'm saying, go on.
I wouldn't trade this journey or the experiences that I've had in the last 3 months for anything. It was so much fun, and hanging out with you was so much fun. It's just like it's when I came back, it felt like I was in a dream, you know.
Oh yeah, I know, me too. And I hadn't had people over in like, because I just been working, and then the same week, like I had a friend come and then you came. It was just like amazing, and I was like kind of sad. I was like, I'm alone again. You know, after you left, you're like the last person to leave, and yeah, we had so much fun. We gotta do this again. Then we'll go tubing next time you come.
Yes, and
I'm sorry
if the Trump supporters don't kill us, you know.
Yeah, right.
As long as we're on the right side of the lake, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end the broadcast, everyone. Thanks for joining live.
Okay, bye.